Good morning. So today I'd like to experiment with a comfort food from my childhood and mix some Asian ingredients in it. I was raised by a woman who was born and grew up in rural Florida, and she was used to eating fresh foods, fresh fish, vegetables, and grits, product of the South. I loved grits, especially in winter. It's a little chilly this morning, this January morning, so I'm going to add some ingredients to my grits. And I served this first to Japanese without the ingredients, and they weren't too fond of it. But after I put in a few ingredients, they enjoyed it. So I'm going to mix a couple of other things in from my travels. Let's see what I have. So I have some fish that was from last night's dinner. I'm going to reheat that. I'm going to scramble some eggs. I like using chopsticks to scramble my eggs, and actually I use chopsticks to cook with in general. Using some organic eggs. And then I went to the store to get grits because I was really had a strong desire for grits, but I couldn't find regular grits at the store I went to. I had to get instant grits, so I have one packet of instant grits here, and those are the white grits, and then I have a packet of organic yellow grits. We'll see how that works out. I'm going to add a little half and half cream to my eggs. What I will cook my grits in is again miso with dashi. Love miso with dashi. Grits go with butter. Miso goes very well with butter. The butter I enjoy is butter from France when I lived there, so that's what I'm going to add. My side dish will be some kimchi. As usual, I love kimchi in the winter, and that's the one thing I think I'm going to try to make. Wish me luck with that one. And then I'll just start with, as I'm making it, have my cup of coffee. I need a little caffeine boost to get through everything. So, see you soon! So I've measured out my ingredients. We have the instant white grits and what they're calling polenta in Latin countries, and also in Italy. They eat polenta, which is basically yellow grits. And I've measured out some of my delicious French butter, and this is what the miso looks like, miso paste. It has dashi in it. These characters tell you dashi iri, meaning there's dashi. Dashi is the fish broth that gives miso just an extra flavor. Miso has a great flavor without it, but I love dashi in my miso, so I do eat both. This is white miso. There are two types, white and red, and I prefer white miso. You only need about a tablespoonful, so I'm just going to eye it with my chopsticks and put a little bit in. Normally when you cook grits, you don't need that. That should be enough for both of these. That's quite enough. You usually put salt in the water, but miso has a lot of salt in it, so I'm not going to use salt. Miso has quite a bit of salt content. That's all the salt I'm using for today's breakfast. Alrighty, I will put it in. It's a very fine paste. I often use a strainer when I do put miso in to strain it, so we'll see if I can do that and show you how to do that and hold the camera at the same time. I don't think it's possible. What I'm going to do is put the miso in here and then split the water into another smaller pot, so that I can use the miso soup for both types of grits. Alrighty, we'll see how it works. Whoops, there we go. So here's the finished product. We have scrambled eggs, fish, white grits, yellow grits. Here's the kimchi, and I decided to add some collard greens because I love collard greens. I just use young collard greens, boiled them quickly until they were just tender enough to enjoy. Took them out, mixed a little bit of, just a little half pat of butter, and added a little sesame oil. No salt or anything, because I've got a lot of salt in kimchi, and there's plenty of salt in the grits, and the coating on the fried fish has salt in it as well. The eggs are just sweet eggs plain. They're sweet because of the half and half I used. Normally I would try to enjoy this with a chopstick, but because of the grits, they're usually eaten with I need a spoon to eat those, although I can eat them with a fork. The grits I was reminded of grits while I was in Japan and visiting Korea as well, because and China, in Hong Kong, they eat something called okayu in Japan, chuk in Korea, and konjae in China. And it's rice boiled down to a porridge like this, and it's really enjoyable with the different seasonings on a cold winter's morning. So, yep, gonna try it and see how it tastes. Well, here we go. I know that grits are eaten in so many different ways all around this country, and now I know they're eaten in other parts of the world as well. Here goes the taste test. White grits. That's good. That's good. And yellow grits. That's good too. Yellow grits have a stronger flavor than the white grits, and I think I needed to add a little bit more of the broth and miso soup to the yellow grits, but they're doable. I've always preferred white grits. Let's try my collard greens. I just took 2 leaves, shredded them, boiled them quickly until just about tender. Needs a little more flavor. Probably add onions, garlic, saute that, and then mix that in with the greens quickly, and we're good to go. My eggs, they're just standard eggs. Love eggs and grits together. And let's see what the kimchi tastes like with grits. I'll just try a little at first. Kimchi, little grits. Not sure. I might try a different version, a different kimchi that someone else has made. This kimchi is not quite doing it for me, but I can see how it does mix. I like kimchi with chuk, so that could work. And fish is just, you know, standard seafood. I meant to do this morning's breakfast with shrimp because I do love shrimp and grits, but we'll see what comes next. All right, see you next time on Comfort Food Fusion. I'm having fun.